Hi there. Hi there. This is Anna Ng from Client Centric Property. So right now, I would like to share with you today is on the OTP. What is the OTP? It's actually the commonly known as option to purchase. It's a document whereby the seller is going to sign on it and also indicate the price that he's willing to sell to the buyer. Okay, so now let me show you a copy of the OTP in our ERA page. Right. So now what you see, our ERA company actually has our standard format of the option to purchase. And this is the one that we usually use for our customers. Okay. So this is a standard one whereby it's done by our in-house counsel. All right. So if we enlarge it, right, you can see that, okay, two at the very top, right? It says two. So this part here will be filling up the name of the buyer to the purchaser and the property address known as where. This will be the address of the property for the seller that is selling that property. Okay. Of course, not the seller's house. If in case sometimes our sellers do not sell he's not actually selling the place of his home, but actually he has another property. So this property address known as will be the property that's ready for sale, okay, for sale. Okay, so in consideration of the sum of amount dollars of how much, the option money, usually we place this as 1% of the sale price. Okay, of the agreed sale price is 1% received by the vendor. So by this part here, the vendor means the seller. We have to put in the name of the seller under this line, all right, as per seen in the NRIC. Okay, okay, and then the property upon the terms and conditions which remain open for acceptance in the manner herein described until which day of which day. So means we are actually offering them to buy this property under this document, okay, and the option shall be accepted by the purchaser by signing and duly signed at the vendor solicitors. Okay, so no, actually, signing by the purchaser at his own lawyer's office, mark acceptance. When the buyer is ready to accept and means to exercise, the buyer will go down to his own lawyer's office to sign. All right, and then the buyer's lawyers will deliver this duly signed copy by the buyer and put it to the seller's solicitor side. Okay, so for this date, this will be the date until the date for that exercise date, the expiry of the exercise date. Okay. So now, so the said payment will be in favor of Singapore Law Academy or by the CVY account if the customer is keen to put it under the lawyer's account. But usually we will not advise and leave it to the seller's side to agree on which one he prefer. Okay. So mainly what to take note of is, okay, the sale price, which is how much. Okay, and if it's a company, usually there's a GST. Okay, if it's a company owning the property, is there is supposed to be GST sometimes, but if not, then there isn't. Okay, whether is it going to be sold unfurnished or furnished, if there's items under inventory like washer, dryer, and all that, then it's under furnished. So we'll add in the inventory list. Okay, then the next part here is about vacant possession. All right, whether is it going to be sell with rental or with vacant possession with no rental. So in this case, the one that we happen to be doing today with my client will be vacant. Okay, so the sale and purchase shall be completed at the lawyer's office. This is the day for the completion. All right, so that will be the date. In any other case, most of it, okay, for resale property, especially for private, is as is where is. So the buyer cannot expect the seller to provide him a brand new unit. Okay, so if there's any wear and tear or any breakage, for example, there's already inside the house, the seller is not obliged to actually do it up for the buyer. Okay, but of course, most of our sellers will take good care of the unit until the unit is handed over to the buyer. Okay. So right now over the bottom here, this is the area where the seller is supposed to sign. right? And the witness is, of course, myself, right? And then at the very bottom, this is the acceptance part whereby the buyer will sign when he's ready to exercise at his lawyer's office, depending on which bank he takes. Okay, so that will be all for the sharing on the OTP today. And I hope I make myself clear. And I see you next round. Thank you.